Hello, today we are going to discuss about Tweetinvi. Tweetinvi is a .NET C# library that you can use to access Twitter REST and Stream APIs. Tweetinvi is available on github.com/linv/tweetinvi. On this website, you can find a wiki with an introduction to the library. Tweetinvi is available on NuGet.org as the Tweetinvi API package. In Visual Studio, you can simply type install package Tweetinvi API. Today, we are going to create a console application that is going to authenticate a user. We will then get some information about this user. We will publish a tweet and then get the tweets available on this user timeline. So first of all, right-click on Reference and select Manage NuGet Packages. Here, type Tweetinvi in the search, select it and install it. Tweetinvi is dependent on Microsoft BCL and Microsoft .NET packages, so you will have to accept the licenses for these packages. So I accept them. And Tweetinvi is now installed. You can see two lines here that we are going to copy and that we are going to reuse in our program. So when I paste them, you can see that IntelliSense is giving me access to two namespaces. We are going to pick the second one, tweetinvi.user. This one is the Tweetinvi namespace. So these two lines, the first one does auth.setUserCredentials. This is actually authenticating the user on Twitter. The second one is user.getAuthenticated_user to get the information about the currently authenticated user. The setUserCredentials needs two types of credentials: the consumer credentials, which are the app credentials, and the access token credentials, which are the user credentials. But before we can continue, we need to create a Twitter application. So go on apps.twitter.com and you can now click on the Create New App button. Here you have to specify a name, a description, and a website. When you are done, click the Create Your Twitter Application button. When you've done that, you will see this page and you can go on Keys and Access Tokens. Here you can see that we have a consumer key and a consumer secret. But we need to generate our user credentials, so we can say Create My Access Token. When I've done that, we can see that they have been created now. So I'm copying the consumer key, the consumer secret, the access token, and finally the access token secret. Okay. Now, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to print the username, and we are going to wait so that the application does not quit. So I put a breakpoint here, and we can start the application. Here I have user, and we can see that it is Tweetinvi test, which is the account that I used to create my application. We can see some description, the email, and some other information about it. So I'm going to proceed, and we can see that in the console application, Tweetinvi test has now been written. But as we said, we want to do a bit more than that, and we want, in fact, to also be able to publish a tweet. So we are going to say tweet equals tweet.publishTweet hello from Tweetinvi. we will then get all the tweets of the user timeline. Timeline tweets equals timeline dot get user timeline. This get user timeline allows us to specify a user, and when specifying a user, you will be able to get his tweets. For the sake of the demo, I just want to print out the 5 last tweets published. So I'm going to say for each timeline tweets and just type console.writeLine timeline tweet. Okay, we are now ready to continue, and I'm going to put a breakpoint here to see what happens. So I press start, and we can see that the tweet has been created. We can see the tweet here, and we can see that it has been created by me. We can see the text of the tweet, but also the ID. The ID is quite useful if you want to access this tweet again in the future. Now let's see what happened on twitter.com. So if I go on twitter.com, I can see a new tweet. If I go on tweets, I can see hello from Tweetinvi. And I want to be able to see these tweets. So I'm going to press continue here. And now we can see all the tweets have been put in my console application. So we have just listed all the tweets of the Tweetinvi test user. So just the 5 last tweets. So this is it for this first application. I hope it helped you find out how easy it is to use Tweetinvi. And if you have more questions about it, you can go on GitHub and you can ask questions on the Issues tab or look at the wiki to have more information about Tweetinvi.